Hey guys, happy Monday and welcome back. Woo! Do we have a lot to talk about? Guys, apparently Kyle Richards is under fire right now for a party that she just hosted at her house. We have all the details and people are going in on Kyle right now. There's a lot to talk about here. But before we jump in, I just wanted to apologize for our Salt Lake City live today. Our StreamYard, it's acting up. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but they said they need 12 to 24 hours. It completely ruined our live and I'm devastated about it, but we will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to pick back up. Hopefully by then everything is fixed. Fingers crossed. I'm so sorry, guys. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, show some love, and don't forget, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like over the weekend, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky celebrated their daughter Portia's bat mitzvah, and they're getting a lot of shit for it, just to be fair. Now, they were surrounded by several of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-stars, including her sister, Kim Richards. Kyle obviously was there, Kathy Hilton, Crystal Kung Minkoff, Dorit Kemsley. A lot of people were there, and there were videos all over Instagram, and it was a circus theme. It looked amazing, but the one problem here everybody has is, wait a minute, aren't we still in a pandemic? Aren't there still COVID restrictions? How do you have so many people at your house? Is this a super spreader event? Kyle wrote in an Instagram post, such a special event celebrating Portia's bat mitzvah. They showed photos of her enjoying a father-daughter dance with Mauricio. Again, it looked like it was great. But if you look at it and you look at the history of some of these events that we've seen on the Real Housewives ever since we went into a pandemic, it's been a pretty big deal. And when I say that, it's because Cynthia Bailey celebrated her wedding last season on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And even though there were COVID restrictions, everybody needed to be tested. It looked like she had all the proper protocol. It still was deemed as a super spreader event. She received a lot of backlash for this. So it makes me wonder, especially because you're in Los Angeles, in California, where this is still obviously a very real thing. It's a very real thing around the world, but the restrictions are still in place. How did you get away with doing an event of this size? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I'm understanding why fans are going in about it because, well, there's a big question mark over this. Did, the guidelines get lifted overnight and we weren't aware of it, or what actually went down? When it comes to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we know that we're getting our finale this Wednesday. It's going to be an amazing finale. We hope that's what we're getting teased with, but it's going to take place at Crystal Kung Minkoff's house for a Chinese New Year party. So we'll be covering that because there will be a lot of tough conversations that will be being had between Erica Girardi and Sutton Strack, and also Garcelle and Lisa Rinna. I know what all of you guys are thinking is like, we're done with the episodes. We're done with the show. Let's just get to the 4-part reunion, which I've also seen backlash over that because everyone is questioning, why the hell is there a 4-part reunion? There's a lot going on right now. If you look though at filming, and I'm trying to kind of play devil's advocate as to why the fans are so pissed about Kyle Richards and deeming this as a super spreader event. But if you look at filming Real Housewives of New York, they said we couldn't do certain events. We couldn't have a bunch of people around and do the parties we're used to because of COVID restrictions. Real Housewives of Potomac, we're seeing the exact same thing. We're seeing the same thing over in Salt Lake City. Yes, they have little events, but they're not massive. And then even in Beverly Hills, it seemed like they were able to film without having these huge over-the-top parties. They kept it a lot more intimate. Kyle Richards, this was not a good play. Now, Portia's celebration was a circus theme. It consisted of a Ferris wheel, candy bar, circus performers. It looked like it had a $100,000 to $500,000 budget easily. This was a party that they spared no expense on. And if you see the photos, you just see kids everywhere. Sutton Strack commented on it and said, miracles do happen. Such a fun bar mitzvah for Portia. Thank you so much for including me, you guys. And Crystal, who got off to a little bit of a rocky start with Sutton, was seen with her as well. It looks like maybe they'll be moving into a better place for season 12 of filming, which we know is going to resume at the end of October. All right, guys. Well, with that, I have a lot of questions to which I need a lot of answers. Again, I'm so sorry about the StreamYard issues today with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This was an amazing episode, and I wanted to dive more into it, but we have a lot of exciting stuff coming up this week, especially our special guest on Thursday for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We have housewife interviews this week. We're going on Ryan Bailey's podcast. We have Perez Hilton. We have Ronald Richards coming back to talk about this documentary that he films for another Real Housewives star, not a Beverly Hills this time, but it's interesting. So there's a lot to break down. My question is, before we do that, what are your thoughts on this whole Portia super spreader event that they're deeming it as, her bar mitzvah? Do you think it's not fair because she's a child and they shouldn't deem it as that? Or do you think, no, Kyle, you should have known exactly what you were going to get, especially after the backlash that Cynthia Bailey received? Is there some hypocrisy here? It would make you wonder. Also, with that, we had hot, messy topics planned for tonight, and I'm so devastated because I don't know if we're going to be able to do it depending on StreamYard. We were going to talk about Cynthia Bailey and her role being reduced to a friend role, the Kyle Richards super spreader event that they're all deeming it as. We had a few other things to chime in about when it came to Potomac and Salt Lake City. I am so devastated right now. I really am. I'm really devastated, but I hope you guys will stick with us. I hope we can get these issues resolved. And again, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, comment below, tear into me. I'm so sorry. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And we will be back with, well, resuming our live programming at some point this week. Wish me luck, guys. Happy Monday.